Hello everyone, this is Nimish and today we're going to review the movie Take Off. This is one of the apparently best movies of the Malayalam cinema this year 2017. It stars Parvati in the lead role along with of course Fahad Fasil. It stars Kosuke Boban and also Asif Ali in a kind of a special appearance. Now this movie is basically about a particular incident, a true story about nurses that were stranded in Iraq at a particular point in time and how they were rescued. It basically gets into the details of showing us in the first half the lifestyle of one of the nurses, the whole kind of background, and then in the second half the whole rescue mission that sort of happened. Now, this movie I would definitely say is a perfect kind of Malayalam movie, and you might hear me say a perfect Malayalam movie a lot in the future reviews because I've been watching some amazing movies. And what I mean by that is that in my head and in what have always been told from my childhood is that Malayalam movies are absolutely hard hitting. They make you think a lot, they stay with you, they are concept based, subject based, they are really reality based, and they kind of, you remember them for your whole life, and they are beautifully made. Takeoff is one such movie for sure. Of course, when I was surprised initially when I started watching Malayalam movies about with all the DQ Nivin movies, which were entertaining, more commercial. Of course, I was surprised. I was enjoying all of them, but I was surprised because my impression was more serious. So that's why I'm saying this is a more perfect kind of Malayalam movie as per my definition. It hits all the right notes. The first half is amazingly made. I think that the whole kind of character study of Parvati that was there in the first half with her relationships, her husband, ex-husband, son, father, all of that has been perfectly captured, and she has done an extraordinarily natural performance. Her transformation is incredible. She's so modern in her real life, she's so stylish in her real life, and she's suddenly transformed into this wonderful simple village character kind of a thing, simplistic girl, simplistic nurse. It was amazing how she performed with such simplicity. The first half basically kind of studies her whole kind of role, her whole kind of character, background, everything, the emotions involved. It makes us want to connect with the character, and then she moves to Iraq for her job, and it basically somewhere at there when the kids angle come in, and we're still exploring her story. There's the interval, and then post interval the basic rescue mission happens. That's when Fahad Fasil comes in, and the whole rescue kind of element of airlift takeoff kind of element comes in the second half. So you can say, or I would say that this is not a rescue mission based movie. It's not like totally focused on the rescue mission like how Airlift was. It's not just about how people are stranded or anything like that. That comes very much later in the movie. This is a pure character study of a nurse, kind of makes us want to understand them, want to get into their life. It is a drama at its core with love story, kind of family drama going on. And then in one part, or you could say the third act, it gets into basically what we say the rescue mission is, or the reality story kind of blends in over there. So of course I was expecting a full-on rescue mission movie where the film starts only in Iraq and they get stranded for the whole movie. So I was taken by surprise when I kept watching, and I was like, okay, this is more of a drama. I need to get a grip on it. So I really enjoyed the way they made us build and walk through the life of Parvati throughout the movie majority, and later on introduced Fahad Fasil. Now at this point I have a very important question to ask you guys, because you guys are the experts on Malayalam films. Why was this film, I know that Fahad is a big star, but why was this film marketed like it is a Fahad Fasil movie? Because he was the biggest on the poster, so to speak. And secondly, I understand that maybe if they just show Parvati on a movie, people might not go to watch it as much as Fahad being there. All of that I understand, but my question is related to the male cast. Kosuke Boban was there pretty much like the main lead. He was pretty much the kind of main actor. Fahad being like more of a supporting actor who comes in like the second half, and he's basically, it reminded me of this is not a good example, but it reminded me of Mohanlal in Mani Chitratal. With I think the husband was played by Suresh Gopi in that movie. I'm not sure, but basically Mohanlal came in towards the interval or post interval, and then he took over the elements later on. But Suresh Gopi was there throughout. Similarly, in this movie, Kujiko Boban felt like he was there throughout, and Fahad Fasil came in later. So my question is that many of you have said that Fahad Fasil is a huge kind of star. So why was he not there as much on the poster as kind of Fahad? This is all the posters I've seen usually only had Fahad Fasil and the Indian flag and the background of Kunjako Boban, Parvati, and Asif Ali. Asif Ali basically literally has like a cameo appearance, so that's not even counted much. But yeah, I think Kunjako Boban should have been there, and Parvati should have been the main faces of takeoff. Of air, what am I saying? It's so confusing. Of takeoff, and I think that both of them should have been the poster people, and then Fahad should have just been probably even been a surprise element, and or just like a small character, like it would have been more fun. So that's my question. Is Fahad so huge in Kerala that he's overtaken Kunchako Boban, who's been there for so many years, and he's overtaken Parvati and everyone? So that was my question. So definitely leave your feedback and comments on that. What do you think they should have done with the posters? Anyway, moving on. The film is made on a shoestring budget, apparently of only 6 crores, or we can say less than 10 crores, but it never felt so, and that is the most incredible part. Like throughout the movie, even though there were VFX scenes used, as far as I could tell, but they were so good. They were so realistic. It was so outstandingly amazing. You couldn't believe that when someone told me this movie was made on such a small budget. It looks absolutely international, absolutely incredible, absolutely real. I'm not sure where they shot in, and whether they shot it here, whether they shot somewhere in the Gulf, but it just seemed so super duper real, everything about it, which means that for movies that need to be looking that real, you need to spend a lot. So it was a huge surprise for me that they didn't spend much on this movie, and in fact the actors didn't take much remuneration for the movie. And in spite of all these barriers and all these kind of small budget issues, it is one of the, not one of the best movies. Some will debate about Angamali Diaries also, which I'm yet to watch, but this is one of the top 5 movies of 2017 and top movies of all time, I guess, of the recent past. So it's absolutely incredible how they achieved that. Everyone's performance, as I said, was absolutely perfect. The more and more I watch Malayalam movies in the range of movies, the more and more I understand Fahad Fasil's power when he comes on screen. It's really amazing. The way he just acts with his eyes is incredible. Of course, for most of his roles that I watched, I mistook it for his real life intensity and just one toned acting. But I think that he's extremely natural and he's very good, and I think that more and more as I watch Malayalam films, I like his performance the best amongst all the new lot. He's really incredible. In fact, I tweeted about it that DQ is like the gateway to Malayalam cinema, because most of my friends who have not even watched like 10 Malayalam films, they've watched all the DQ films, so he's like the most relatable for everyone. So he's like the gateway. And I wrote that Nivin Pauly was like the pathway to the kind of palace or whatever, from the gate to the palace door. Nivin Pauly is like the pathway. After you get used to DQ movies and Malayalam movies, you move on to Nivin, you enjoy those, and then you come into the main lot. That main lot has, in the young lot, of course, it has Mohanlal, Mammootty, but in the main lot, it has Fahad there. So Fahad is very important, and I think that I enjoy his performances the more I watch him. So overall, this was a great movie. I enjoyed it absolutely. Yes, I feel the pacing could have been better in a certain places, and because of my personal expectation and its marketing of being a rescue mission movie, I didn't expect the first half to be kind of a drama, family drama, and all of that. So that's just a couple of things that what I expected and what I thought, and based on the marketing, what I thought the movie would be about. But overall, it is a great movie. I'm going with 4 stars for Takeoff. I hope you like this review. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and take care.